Hello folks, this is Mr. K's. This is 28.4b. We're finishing up chapter 28. 28.4b. We saw Mexico having problems at independence. They were ruled by strong-arm dictators for most of the time. We're going to see that continue here today, with the exception of Benito Juarez. We had to throw some love his way because he was a reformer who wanted to help the poorest of the poor. Well, he did for a while. When he passes, you have another Native American by the name of Porfirio Diaz. Now, he was an Indian, but he was a caudillo. Remember, caudillos are military dictators? He ruled with an iron fist. He's a caudillo who used strong-arm methods to gain power and hold it. He is a caudillo who used strong-arm methods to gain power and hold it. He was a real rip to work for. He did gain rail lines, had them built in Mexico, create banks, and investment grew in Mexico. Investment grew in Mexico from foreign companies. They were attracted by raw materials and labor. But there is a gap between the rich and poor. It grows. There was a growing gap between the rich and poor. He didn't care. He had the support of the wealthy and the military. Following him is Francisco Madero. He was a wealthy Creole, C-R-E-O-L-E, wealthy Creole, who opposed Diaz. He opposed Diaz. Now, I couldn't write this any screwier, folks. You're going to see a revolution begin. Enter Francisco Pancho Villa. Francisco Pancho Villa. He was a folk hero bandit in northern Mexico. A folk hero bandit in northern Mexico. I consider him the Mexican version of Robin Hood. He leads rebels against Diaz. He leads rebels against Diaz. He was a bandit himself and would be a cattle rustler, and he joined a group of bandits and became head of the bandits himself. He's going to lead rebels against Diaz, and in doing so, he's going to rob Mexican banks and give some of the money to the poor. That makes him a hero in their eyes. In the south, you have Emiliano Zapata, who is a Robin Hood himself. He leads a revolt in southern Mexico. Both of these Robin Hoods are going to attack the Mexican government and rob banks. He desired land returned to the poor. He desired land returned to the poor. And they're going to be a thorn in the side of the Mexican government. Well, we have, when Madero is assassinated, we have a succession of rulers. Before we talk, I want you to see a picture of Pancho Villa. He looks like a real bandito, doesn't he? I love that mustache and the bullet belt and the big sombrero. He was at home in the saddle a lot. We have a succession of rulers who are going to fight to gain power. One is Victoriano Huerta, Venustiano Carranza, and Alvaro Obregón. You don't have to really know those folks. But just understand there's a succession of rulers who are going to fight to gain power. And this civil war is going to spread, and then it's going to end with Zapata's murder. Z-A-P-A-T-A-S, Zapata's murder. There is peace and quiet. And down the way, you even have Pancho Villa that's murdered. He was coaxed into retirement with a horse ranch and a government pension, but 3 years later he's murdered by government assassins. There is eventually a constitution that is drawn in 1917. It's a document that promotes education, land reform, land from the rich given to the poor, and workers' rights. It does help, and it's modeled in many ways after the United States Constitution. Emerging from that, you have the PRI. It is a political party that's organized in 1929. It is the most popular of the political parties, and they tolerated no opposition. They tolerated no opposition. So can you imagine? This is not very democratic. If you don't have opposition, you don't have democracy. But they tolerated no opposition, yet they initiated peace and political stability in Mexico. They tolerated no opposition, yet they initiated peace and political stability in Mexico. So for the next, I'd say 40 years or so, you have a one-party system that rules over Mexico. I'm chuckling again because that's not very democratic, is it? Well, we are at the end of 28.4b. So we will see you down the road.